G'day, I am back playing some Oxygen Not Included, attempting to survive a little bit longer. I am back from my holiday, and this is actually the second one that I've at least thought I filmed since I was back from my holiday. I did do a full half an hour, filmed it, felt good about it, had followed the suggestions of the previous video, and then a few days later I went to upload the video and I could not find it anywhere. It didn't seem like I failed making it or like it crashed or anything. It just was not there. So I've progressed a tiny little bit in the half an hour, obviously not filmed. And I can show you what I've done and I guess what I've done based on suggestions. So solar power, meteor blasters exist. So what we're doing is just having a go of trying to build a meteor blaster to see if you can see it's got the range. It should stop things from being able to get through and hitting the solar panels that I built. So what I've done is I've cancelled all the solar panels that I did have built because there's no point in getting them built until there's actually something protecting them. So just waiting for the 2 meteor blasters to sort of be in position to do that. But obviously need that cable being built, and we need blast shot, which I also found is this thing. Might have to up the work area and requirement of that a little bit. Get someone to get down there and actually do that. So I rejigged this area a tiny little bit just to fit that in. The other thing that I found very interesting in the comments last time that I sort of started to work towards, but again, it felt like it was going to take a little bit of time. And it is now going to be a mess in my head because I don't remember what things it was that I said in the last video or I've said just previously in videos because I feel like I'll be like, oh, I've said that before, but possibly not. Okay, so the other suggestion that I thought was really interesting and wanted to have a look at was geothermal power. So our buddy Tesla Moswang said, geothermal power, like a liquid locks, there's no explicit building for it, but what you do is build a system where you use the heat from the magma to boil water into steam, which is then used to steam by steam turbines to generate power. So heat spike, the thing that draws in the heat from magma, usually made of diamond window tiles that goes into the magma. Diamond is good, but anything that won't melt and it has high thermoconductivity will do. Some kind of temperature regulator, usually made of a mechanical airlock door, which will open, meaning no heat transfer into the steam room, or close, meaning there will be heat transfer into the steam room, depending on the temperature of the steam. Normal steam turbine setup. So I was thinking that I want to build that here. And with that in mind, what I've done is I've built this ladder down into this back section. So as this guy sort of pumps out everything in here, we might then just occupy this and work down here. The one thing that I have questions with this setup is when you say the diamond is good, usually made of diamond window that goes into the magma. Like how close to the magma are we talking here? Like what's death range for my my poor guys? Can't tell if what I should be doing is sort of trying to dig as deep as possible and then have them sort of build down. That would work, wouldn't it? I mean, if we looked at... This is really hot, sort of only to about like there. It only keeps too deep before this gets incredibly hot. Still, I feel like I need to pump all the liquid out of this room before we can worry about it. I just feel like that's going to take a while. There's a lot of liquid in there. It's moving. And I just feel like I don't have a full grasp of the way that would work. So, and I mean like, Tesla does say that it can be disastrous too. So I feel like I've got to not jump too fast into this one without having a great understanding of what's supposed to be happening. So though, like, I felt like I did a good job last time of spending half an hour preparing that and then sort of posing those questions. Now we have another half an hour while we work it out. Now this guy is all up and operational, so our tubing is is happy. I did do a little bit of rewiring with this too, so that you can see now this cable was cancelled, and I added all the guys down here onto this guy's system, and then everything on this side is separate because that one was overloading, and I realized that just having the transporter on the one was way more than he needed, so no requirement there. Just jump back up to what's going on up here. Let's dig out that one little piece of entombed. Gassy Meteor. Guess if I don't think anyone can reach it. But we want to sort of knock out that to improve this guy's range. But there we go. He has range. He's searching the skies. Now, that in place, what we can do is say copy him, put that guy there, and then quickly work out what power setups we needed. Which I think is just this cable. May as well get that going soon. And those are all getting repaired. And then what we can do is say mop up. Well, it's not mop, is it? It's sweep up everything there. Out that. And then what we can do is we can start to look at solar panels again. So I'm just going to start with the 2. Oh, we'll go 3 because the third one will still be under the protection of this guy. Alright, we've got more down here. That's broken, but that's okay. That. Or what happened to that steel door there, or why it's gone. Let's build it again. Sound, I don't know if you can hear it, but sounds just dropped into an annoying loop. Seems to be a fun thing that my computer does from time to time. This guy's getting quite low. But I'm not sure that he's still used for too much, is he? I'm still pumping it out of there into this to use as liquid for our bottom section. How is this liquid doing too, by the way? So that's still getting up to 32 degrees or so. It's still working in a healthy cycle. There we go. Sound's back. Yeah, I think I might have said it in the last one, the unrecorded video, but I feel like I should just have one guy and say his job is just to mop. Just to go find things that need mopping and mop them. Because that seems to be something that we have in abundance. Let's have a look too at what we've got going on with our spaceships. Okay, so he's currently got 500 of his petroleum, so we can open that up for another 400. We'll go 400 and we'll say reset. And it should have enough oxalate. And then this guy has his steam contents full. So R is assigned. That's right, R is this one, and then what's the other one? Meep's the other one. Try to sweeping that up too. Then we can flip that. Which I mean, realize all that stuff I've just asked to be picked up is just going to drop through to the bottom. So this gains green rock does give me decor, so let's move that to down here. Really polluted oxygen on the outside of this edge of the base. But this deodorizer is doing a stellar job at not allowing that in. And really there should be a water lock this side because that looks nasty. Good to see all of our incubators are full. One guy's managed to walk himself outside the door. That's on hold. Why is that? Still doesn't need as much water as what that's advertising. It's pulling out a lot of water at the moment down here. I mean, you can see there's a huge blockage of water that's between him and the vast majority of this fuel. In fact, I'm surprised at how far he's pulled this down. This guy's existing in pretty much a vacuum now. But if that all starts to collapse down that way, this guy will be way more exposed. Which, I mean, still, the vacuum will still probably exist, and it'd be only if this dropped all the way out, and even then, that's sort of just oxygen in there. I keep thinking that these guys are damaged, but it's just because they've got the red lines on the side of them. No need for concern. Okay, so if we go back up to our rockets... Must have already had a coordinate in there for that guy to go to. Alright. Meep, you want to bounce into this one? Cool. Meep pretty close to it. Being full, as opposed to our gas rocket that just has to be like sent the smallest amount of steam when we're sending the huge amounts of petrol. It's certainly a quicker experience. These guys are slowly getting all the way full. You can see at the moment we've got no gas coming from this angle. But basically at the moment they're just clearing out all the garbage that's in those areas. Tiniest little bits of natural gas in there with them. I feel like I should have enough diamond when it does come to making diamond glass. 35 tons available at the moment. See, we've cleared out the stuff on the ladder. It's just this section up here is just going to battle with gravity, I guess, to down. Now, have we got meat to the rocket? Okay, and still pushing along, but we can have a look at the star map. So we've been to this one previously. The asteroids, so it's got copper, that's got steel, copper, glass. Looks like they all do. So that sort of style is what they're made up of. Got Gotta wait for this guy to get his enough petroleum, I guess, to get up that far. Speed it along to get it done. Done. Right, let's go that one. Let's say. Oh, I feel like I'm getting caught up on something I don't remember anymore. It's got the rocket saying on that one, but I want it to go to this one. I feel like if I'm saying launch rocket, it's going to go to that one. I have to pick it on here. This is where it's been too long since I've tried to launch a rocket. Oh, I only did that one. Oh, okay. Launch mission. Launch rocket. And we just find this button and we say switch. Alright, these guys are built as well, so we can... Enough blast to continue it. Ready to go. Is that broken as well? Alright, I guess we've got to add that extra bit. Add that. Okay. Then what we need to do with our new panels is we need to get heavy watt wire and get them connected to here. Now I feel like what we're going to have to do... They go through doors? Okay, so... What we're going to have to do then is dig out, say, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We're also going to have to say that conductive wire deconstruct and then build a conductive wire bridge. And we'll also have to do it here. So that one, so deconstruct and build a wire bridge there. Right. And then here we have to move quickly because we're gonna, yeah. World. Those two, and we will give them 9 priorities. We won't worry about putting anything else in yet until those two are built, just because we want to see them completed as a priority. Like, we don't want anyone sort of swapping to one of the other tasks just because it's easier or anything. We want this one's going. Right, there's our second mate on his way. Resource glass. Let's go have a look at making more. And I think I've also got to like move this guy a little bit. So let's do that and then deconstruct that. And glass. Let's just say 60. One thing I haven't kept an eye on for a while is the water in here, and it still doesn't seem like it's going up overly quickly. You can see that there is definitely where it is doing a cycle through, and a whole lot of it is dropping to that section. It did stop there for a moment. I guess it's suffering from like power cuts as well. And very slowly stuff coming through this side too. So it's movement, heaps of movement. I mean, certainly not compared to this guy sending water out. Alright, great. So those two are built. Okay, then what we can do is, since we've had that that there adjusted, we can move this guy out one and we go straight up. Straight up. Hopefully that's not too high off the ground. Just here. I imagine they can reach that from various spots around there, so that should be okay. Don't have glass side. Let's put that up there for now, just so we can see where we're at. I feel like there was a way, although I can't recall it, that I feel like I did it with medicine. Maybe I didn't. If there was like a way where I can say that I want to have X amount in storage, and if there's not that many in storage, then I want to have more created. Like, so say blast shots. Because I'm sure that in a little while, I'm going to have a point where there will be a blast shot. Like, these guys will go through all the blast shots that I've built, and then there'll be none left, and I'll have problems. These guys currently have no power. Did I cut the line and then not fix it somewhere? This guy's complaining too. What are these guys connected to? That's all connected there. Runs through this guy. Has he just got way too much connected to him? Not surprised me. It seemed like a hearty amount. So it's especially since that's 960. Let's take that bridge and say deconstruct. No. Deconstruct. And what we're going to do is copy this guy, put those there, copy him, there, go. So this battery's not connected either. And we can see those two. That. Did I? No. So did I knock out ladder there? But that was already not there, right? We can build it up just so that people can sort of move up that way if they need. Can't imagine that. Yeah, those guys don't take too much power, and this guy's rarely running. So I think that if we just have a separate section for those northern guys, they'll be right. So let's up his priority for the build. And then we also want to up the priority for the heavy wires being built too. Slow going in this glass build though. I'm curious to see what sort of electricity we pull from our solar panels. If I go back to our reports, I like that, but it's not that page, I don't think. Lead. How's this ventilation looking? Oh, I mean, there's some thingy back in it. And it does look like it's getting quite light, so they are close to vacuuming their areas fully. We are back to 1% stress, so it's looking good. So much heavy wire to be built. Some could ask, why hadn't I built that previously? I feel like a meteor shower is just about to be inbound too. And it's basically this that we need to get that working. So let's get this absolutely top priority because we need those guys online. It's usually what gets a meteor shower, isn't it? They're struggling to get to it. Sort of like everyone's downtime. Well, at least it's not it isn't a meteor shower right now, but let's go home. Omari. Hey, someone built it. And those are up and running. Good. On aside him for now, he doesn't have to sit amongst it. How's our research looking? Put that research up. Is that new? How do I otherwise not have that? Hopefully we'll see this one completed. These two rockets returning. What was that other one at the top? Brackane. I can milk gassy moves. Okay. There you go. Watching the skies. That one. It's the middle one, right? Yeah, finally remembered. All right, well, we might call this one there while we're waiting for our power to get up there and find out eventually what these are like. We're still waiting for a little bit more glass to get one more of these. And I think we've got enough room that he'll fit in there. Yeah, I guess so. Just a bit more detail on the diamond thing. How close do I have to be? What's the safest way to sort of build it? And am I picking a good location in that very bottom section? Finally remembered like what Alt S to jump around. Like, is this a worthwhile place to do it, or is there a more logical place for me to be building that one? Anyway, any questions or comments, feel free to chuck them below. And until next time, catch you later. See ya.